This is a download and which I want to share with a lot of you guys. We've all heard this thing that our food has been poisoned, right? Our ground has been poisoned and all of that. And I'm not disagreeing with it. I once received a download and it was like I was being shown this whole thing that how it works, right? Because your mind, um, it's easy for your mind to believe anything you've been told, especially if you do not do like a background check on whatever that you've been told. And the mind is so powerful to the point that at the same time it can be like foolishly, like childish, into consuming anything. Because one thing about the mind is you can teach it one, two, three, and four, just have a limit with it, and let the mind destroy itself. That's how a mind is. Like that's how the mind is, right? You teach it like just a few steps, and if it hangs on to those teachings, then it becomes so good that it can actually further destroy itself, right? And see, when this download came, it was like I was being shown that the fact that people have it in their mind, especially those that are exposed to this information, because sometimes the information which you're exposed to can work against you if you do not know how to consume it and understand it, right? When I was actually being revealed to this by my high essence within, not God or anybody, but my higher essence within, it was like an imaginary interaction in a session that the moment when you uphold a fruit which you have heard that it has been poisoned or it is a GMO, possibilities are that fruit is not actually poisoned, right? It is just an intel of information which transmutate with its essence of energy to affect the mind reality of how it can actually change whatever concept of that fruit or what energy might be upholding for you to conjure that energy to be one with that fruit automatically. Now when you solely believe it so much as a manifestation, when you hold that fruit literally, now your mind energy and thought that believes that the fruit is actually poisoned and GMO, that's when now you poison it at that moment when you hold it. So in order for the whole entire intel information, which is magical, for it to work, it doesn't work entirely until you uphold that fruit and say, this fruit is poisoned. The moment when you say that and speak life to it in that kind of way, it doesn't matter if you're speaking it with your physical mouth, intuition, your mind, or your heart, automatically now you've added a value of your energy to poison that fruit. Then when you consume it, that energy works against you and starts to affect you, because it doesn't really work unless if you come to a confirmation without having evidence to say that this fruit is poison. The moment when you share that difference with that energy, then the fruit becomes poisoned automatically. You do another 50% of literally poisoning the food. It is just energy. But if you just consume the fruit without having to think or even know about it, do you think that fruit is going to affect you? No, it won't, because you haven't poisoned it according to how the system has made you to look at it all the time. Because that's what I'm saying. If a mass of people literally follow that this concept is real, it is true, then the rest of that energy of the people in a mass collective will literally like poison that item, right? But one person who goes the other direction, they won't be affected by it. It was a download, man. I'm not saying that the download is true, is real, but it's something that I want you guys to think about it. That every time, if it's like a manifestation, you know how manifestation works. You think about something bad that's about to happen. Sometimes not the fact that it was going to happen, but for the mere fact that you thought about it deeply so many times, you're the one who's actually doing it. But if you learn how to overcome the differences of the negative thing which you kept on seeing, and you not being able to deal with it by becoming an alchemist and face up to it and try to turn its advantage to something that is positive, it won't happen. But if you be like worried about it, oh my God, I saw this. You confessing it, right? The more you confess it, you're going to make it into a reality. Not all the time though. Sometimes it happens generally that you see something that is about to happen, then it actually does that. But most of the time, it's a matter of you having to actually think about it first before it even actually come to you. See, when you think about it and you're having a difficulty to overcome it or understand what it is all about, automatically you're just gonna make it happen, man. I'm telling you. It's so like wow, bro. Like it's so magical. This whole thing is so magical when you think about it. Is the ground really poisoned? Is our food really poisoned? Or we are poisoning it when we hold it without our energy because we have been told with the concept that everything that we're consuming is actually poisoned. Do you mean to tell me that the seeds are so powerless to the point that they would allow the repetition of the fruit getting poisoned all the time? Or is it that there's just a few percentage of the poison, the rest of it comes within your intuition and your energy that becomes that manifestation? Just think about it.